Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harold, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I was able to capitalize on about 15 points trading ES futures. We were just trading evals today, but I still wanted to talk about the trade because it's a type of trade that I would take on my funded account as well. Right, so just going into our daily plan here, right? Price was opening under the previous day value area low. Price was opening under the previous day value area low. As you can see, the gray dotted lines here are our value areas from the previous day. And we were opening under the weekly value areas as well, which are the blue lines indicated here, with the POC traveling lower. So I was leaning short with our overall trend being down. As you can see, when we're opening up in the market, we had no levels nearby, right? So our closest value area level was 75.31 and price was at 74.32. That's a 100-point difference. I tend to trade in the first hour 30 of the market open, so that was probably not looking likely for me. But analyzing just what happened overnight was that we broke out of this value area low and we had a very strong breakout and we were consolidating. So what I was looking for on this consolidation was a retest of this high volume node. And if we were able to get a retest of this zone, I was looking to take shorts back down. Now I'm only doing an eval, so like going into the market, I already knew this, so I didn't need to capitalize on this entire move. I just needed enough to fulfill my 50% consistency on the eval, and we were able to hit it. So just getting into the market open, off the rip, we had a very, very strong move to the upside, right? If you look here, we had a false breakdown right here, and then price ripped to the upside, trapping any sellers initially that were formed here. We broke to the upside and we finally hit our zone, this 49, this 74.89 to 74.95 zone that we were looking at, right? I was able to take a trade short off of the order flow confirmations that I was looking at for about 15 points. Our entry was at 74.83 with our stop at 74.92 and our target at 74.68.25. Coming into the order flow here, it was very, very simple trade. And I was really liking this because up until our zone, this red area is the zone that I was looking at, the high volume node. Up until this zone, we didn't really have many pullbacks. Also, I don't know if you guys can notice, but my chart looks a little different. Quantower had an update and I had to redo all my charts, my chart settings. So I'm most likely going to make a new video about my Quantower footprint chart settings again, because the chart layout and even the setting layout is completely different. So just getting back into the chart here, right? Off the open, look at how many green candles we see. We just did not have a proper pullback coming into this level. So I was expecting, it didn't have to be a full reversal, but I was expecting some kind of pullback here, which was very good timing for me because I was already looking at this level, right? And what you see up here are my confirmations for my trade. I first look for increased volume, right? So if you look from this previous candle to this candle, we got 20,000 to 23,000 lots, increased volume. Next, I look at absorption / exhaustion. You can kind of see that the buyers here were absorbed, right? But you can see it a lot more clearly on the 2-minute chart. This is the 5-minute. This is the 2-minute. You can see it a lot more clearly that the buyers attempted, right, to be bought up. They attempted to bring price higher, but they failed, right? The reason we know they failed is because there's aggressive buying right here. We see aggressive buying in this footprint chart, but we actually see a red candle, meaning that sellers were actually in control, right? Even though buyers were aggressive. So all those buyers got absorbed by the sellers and price continued lower. Now if you look at now some other forms of confirmation I look at is a shift in delta, as you see here. So we go from positive 2% delta to negative 3.14% delta. Decrease in volume is optional, but the reason I have this decrease in volume after the increased volume candle is that it shows a lack of participation at that level, right? And a combination with the shift in delta makes it a very powerful move, right? Didn't happen in this play, but it does happen about 90% of the time when I do take good trades. The last thing I look for is reacceptance. This is spelled wrong. I'll fix it later. But yeah, I just look for, so whatever, like let's say we're in an uptrend, right? And the last however many green candles in that uptrend needs to be taken out. So right here, we see that we only had 2 consecutive green candles, right? So for me to see reacceptance back into the sell side, I need to see up to at least here 74.80 get taken out by the sellers, which we do right here. So I did enter this trade prematurely, but we did get that confirmation, right? And then we get the increased volume again, shift in delta from 5% to negative 8%. And after that, we just sell off and we hit our target. We actually sell off a lot more than what our target was. And if this was a real funded trade for me, I probably would have taken my profits maybe even closer to like the 60 area. But yeah, that's going to conclude the video. I have not been trading as much lately, so I got a payout about 2 weeks ago. And after that payout, the market structure shifted a little. As you guys know, we've been in this like range / downtrend, right? Price has been discovering lower levels, and I just haven't had good opportunities. So I haven't really been trading much, and I've also been trying to get an eval done before I get back on my funded. But I ended up blowing an eval maybe like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we can get more opportunities this week and I can post a little bit more videos for you guys. Expect the footprint videos to be posted as well, because I was insanely overwhelmed by the amount of settings, the new settings that we had on this update. And I'm sure that any of you guys that are also subscribed to me that are using Quantower, or any of you guys that are watching this video right now or have updated your platform, you are just as confused as me, and maybe you figured it out because you watched my previous video and now you know what to look for, or you're just looking for help again. And I will help you guys out. Don't worry. It'll come this week, I promise. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys had a good trading day as well. And yeah, thank you for supporting. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.